that Jay Leno couldn't do his sing-songy, upbeat monologue today the way he used to do it in the old days. Like, it would be the weirdest. You can't do it with the things going up. They'd be like, oh, this is good. Hear about this? Read about this in the papers? Looks like we had another school shooting.
Right.
And it's like, what are you kidding? That's not
Because we've
funny.
had 10 today. So
Right, 10
that's
today so
Right.
far, and then an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Every day.
So, yes, let's talk about the assassination. And also,
Crazy.
this ties into what you're saying here about things you can do and can't do. You and I had a gig hours after Donald Trump was the attempted assassination on him when they clipped his ear instead of his brain.
And you and I have something else in common. Our phones are off for the Holy Sabbath.
It's off. The
So
phones
we
are off.
did not know
I didn't know.
until later that evening.
Yep. So,
So you were on the gig together, or you had separate?
No, we
two
had separate gigs.
Okay.
And I was in New Jersey on my way to a gig. And where were you?
I was in Oklahoma, but I was in a hotel and I had found out.
Oh, you did find
Yeah,
out.
so I went to Jerry and said, listen, well, I went back, I thought about this, and then I said, listen, how am I going to open my show?
Right.
I can't come out and go, could be here, casino tonight. Hey, how you do?
You
forget
can't
that. You
do
can't.
that.
You got to bring up the elephant in the room.
Right.
So I wrote a joke. I ran to Jerry and I said, listen, I usually don't open about this stuff, but I think I need to say something. And he says, what's the joke? And I'll tell you what it is. So keep this in mind. It's a casino. It's very important because you're not there. Casino, there's 4,000 people. That doesn't matter, but it's a casino. So I come out. I go, evening, ladies and gentlemen.
This is hours after the assassination
Maybe 4
attempt.
hours, 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
Be here. I didn't say good to be here, but
You're in a casino. You're opening for Jerry Seinfeld.
4,000 people out
Got it.
there, packed to the rafters.
What do you say?
And they introduced me very upbeat. Coming up now is a good friend of Jerry Seinfeld. He's been a friend for many years. He's on Jerry's latest, Netflix special. You can see him on his podcast. We think it's funny. And he, introduces me as if, the world is spinning beautifully.
Right.
So I come out and go, anyway, I'm not doing well tonight. I don't feel good about what happened. I'm in pain about it. I'll get through it. And I know a lot of you out there are going through exactly the same thing that I'm going through. Take a big beat and I go, I'm down over $500.
That's perfect.
Perfect. I didn't use the Trump word.
Right.
It didn't matter if you were Democrat or Republican.
Right.
They knew where I was talking. They didn't know where I was going. I slipped it. Now, interesting. When I told Jerry the joke, I had $200. I was down. He goes, no, make it $500.
Wow.
Yeah. So he
raised the
Look
stakes.
at Jerry punching up
Yeah.
even dollar amounts.
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
Trump jokes that, and he doesn't love the guy.
Well, what about you really leaned into Steve Martin's theory of comedy and joke telling is building up the tension and then you pop it and poke it and that's the laugh. And you really built up the tension.
The
in that
tension was
joke.
great, and I couldn't wait to see because I never.
Right.
And this joke only had the window of that night.
That night only.
The next night, maybe a drop.
As Jerry would say, it's a one night only. You can't do that joke the next night.
And
It's
then
crazy.
I felt
and
the
what
other-
if you're not in a casino?
Then it would have been a different joke.
First time I ever performed with Elon was at Stand Up New York. I was like maybe 15 years old or something like that. And he went up and he was doing Seinfeld.
I was.
You were doing a Seinfeld impression. I didn't know who you were.
Thank
I didn't
you.
know anything about you.
Neither does anyone watching this or listening to this podcast.
Everybody will know.
But
This goes out to Morcha Box.
Everybody loves Elon.
I had no idea
They don't
about
even know who I'm
This
doing.
is Chabad's
Right, I was
favorite.
doing Raymond.
Is this
podcast.
the
I'm
one?
gonna love you.
Okay.
That was Raymond.
Did I do a funny Seinfeld bit? Was it the racist Seinfeld episode?
I don't remember what it was. I just
Okay.
remember being like thinking that you were a Seinfeld impersonator.
Oh,
at
God.
at the end of it, because I didn't know
Could you
anything about
imagine
him.
if there were like a group of us, like Elvis impersonators, and we just went around going, "This is crazy," but there's two Seinfeld. There's yelling Seinfeld. What are
Right.
you doing?
Yeah.
And then there's very, contemplative Seinfeld who speaks very slowly and also very arrogantly, like you're gonna wait
Until
he comes to a point. But anyway, what I did that night, because I also had that same conundrum dilemma, what do I do? How do you make this funny?
Right.
Not only is he the most divisive, polarizing figure on earth, but someone got killed. He
Yeah.
could have been killed. And how do you do this? So I'm like thinking the whole time. Now, I do a Trump, which is, again, an advantage. That's why comedians who are like purist comedians hate me and others who do voices, because they think it's a crutch and they think it's something that is easy. It's like, and it's true. Listen, impressions are magic tricks. That's what they are. We're magicians. So the audience is going, ooh,
So
how do you do it?
You're one level below a prop guy.
Correct.
Okay, I got you.
And I'm just like, first of all, by the way, I grew
one
up.
level above ventriloquist act.
Yeah, there you go, right in the middle.
I grew up. My heroes all were guys who did impressions. It was all Eddie Murphy, Billy Crystal. I never saw Eddie Murphy doing Stevie Wonder. Go, what a hack, or
No.
you know what I mean? It's like
I love impressions.
I love impressions, and my favorite people, from Robin Williams to Billy, they did voices. And to me, I knew that I had this innate talent since I was like in 5th grade. I would get up and do impressions of all the teachers.
Right.
And in front of the class, and they'd go nuts, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, this is the only way to get anyone to look at me or listen to me."
Let me interject
Did
something.
you do the teacher?
Of course.
Yeah.
You mean did her do her?
No, did the impression of her?
Oh, the impression of her.
Yeah.
I did
the,
both.
The way I wound up becoming friends with Jackie Mason many years ago is that
By
I
the way,
impressed
so
him with
those
an impression.
that you could bring me up,
Yes.
and I'm not even alive to hear this.
That's right.
This is the kind of person that makes me so nauseous.
Poison.
All you have to do when you're doing Jackie Mason is say the word nauseous.
Nauseous.
It makes me nauseous. It's a nauseating.
Poison.
And there's poison. And then you have to
Poison.
say a poison. I don't think there's any Jew that can do a bad Jackie Mason.
Right.
Yeah,
So
Mister
he loved that I did impressions. That's how basically what sparked our friendship.
Jackie.
Yeah. And he told me real comedians do impressions.
Whoa, I
That's
like
what he
that.
said. Real comedians do impressions.
And by the way, if there ever was a realer comedian, if
Right.
there ever was a guy, his one-man show on Broadway,
Yeah.
The World According to Me, is top 5 hours in the history of stand-up comedy. I'm
Yeah.
talking with Pryor, Carlin,
It's
everything.
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah,
But
amazing.
then you hang out with him, and I got to do that also a couple of times.
Mhm.
He's constantly spritzing.
Yeah.
Right.
He's never
Spritz.
off, right? He just spritzes.
Yeah,
He just,
yeah.
It's just everything is
Yeah.
is just funny.
But
Okay,
he did
so
great impressions. I was going to say he did Jack
oh
Benny.
yeah, he did.
He
Ed
did
Sullivan,
Lenny Bruce,
Lenny Bruce, Ed Sullivan.
Bob Hope.
Were they good impressions?
He
Very
did
good
Bob
impressions.
Hope?
Yes, and Lenny Bruce and Sullivan we know from this from the special, but from the one man show. But Jack Benny,
Wow.
he did the most
It's
amazing
hard to
Jack
believe.
Benny. Amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I
'cause
believe
he
you,
had
but it's
such
hard to believe.
Yeah.
He had such a distinctive voice, so to hear him
Yeah.
do that. So anyway, so then I'm like, okay, what do I do? And then I realized, well, obviously I have to do the Trump, and that's when it hits you. It's like, well, what would he say? What would he say? And then you just ramp it up a little bit and make it even
Which is
more.
hard to do. with
It's
him.
hard to do because it's pretty much what he
It's
would
pretty
say.
ramped up. To
And
begin
then I
with.
realize, the first thing he would say is, the secret, they didn't do very well. The Secret Service, I think they did so badly. I think we finally figured out what the secret is in the Secret Service. They're not very good at their jobs. That's what the big secret is. They don't do well. Rooftops. You look at the rooftop. You're in the Secret Service. You look at a rooftop, and they didn't do well. But I think I did. I think I did so well. You think about how I did. I think I did better than anyone. And there's a lot of people who don't do very well with this. You look at JFK. He did horrible. He did so badly. I think he did worse than Lincoln. JFK. He did so bad. They don't know. You see the bullet coming. And you gotta do this. You gotta move your neck. You gotta move your neck away, in your head. And then if you move your head like this, the bullet, it whizzes past you. And then, and then I just got my ear pierced. I never thought I'd get my ears pierced. Anyway, so that's what went in
Wow.
my head.
Very good.
You have to make fun of that he did well. That Trump would say, I did so well.
Right.
He would give himself credit.
Credit for
Yeah. For the bullet not hitting. And then I thought of another thing was like, I love guns, but apparently guns, they love me more. They love me even more than I love them.